Today, I got the LEGO Star Wars Resistance Y-Wing Starfighter. Hello everyone, it is our Republic Studs, and today we are taking a look at set 75249, the Resistance Y-Wing Starfighter, specifically Zori Bliss's Starfighter, coming in with 578 pieces, ranging 8 and up, and costs $70, which is, I believe, one of the most expensive Y-Wings, minus UCS, to date. Now, there's also a set that comes with 3 minifigures, a droid and a smaller droid. The first time we got Dio, I believe, was in this set, and it's quite an interesting one. So we're going to dive into the review, but first, I'm going to ask you all to hit that like button. It would mean the world to me. Just press it if you like LEGO Star Wars. Let's get into the video. Also, briefly, I also am going to be showing you how to make this into a Shock Trooper type set. So you see the Shock Trooper right here? See that guy? I'm going to show you how to make this into that. It's very simple, so let's get into it. Okay, so here is the box art for this set. Obviously, it is taking place on the planet of Kijimi, even though that's not really where this Starfighter flew. We do have a look at a planet in the background, not entirely sure what that is. You also do have an illusion of TIE fighters over there. You have that Kylo Ren logo in the corner, as well as the LEGO Star Wars logo up there. Look at the figures and the Disney logo. You guys get the deal with these box arts. You flip it around and you get a look at all of this beautiful snow. You get a look at the Snowtrooper versus Poe Dameron, and a look at all the play features. You also do get the push-in tabs, unfortunately. And then also, if you want to look on the side, we do continue. One of my favorite things with reviews is showing the side box art. I love it when they do that. And then you could also flip it up here, and you do get a look at Zori Bliss, just a minifigure scale thing, which is very simple and effective at telling you how big the minifigures are. So with that said, let's take a look at the instructions. Now, I will say I haven't seen instructions this tall on a set like this in a long time, so this was nice to see. Again, very cool. You know, you get all the basics, and then if you want to go down memory lane a little bit, well, that was a lie. That was 2 years ago, and it's just coming out this year. Here's a look at all of the sets from that year, which is actually pretty cool. And then you do, again, get a look at some, digital building instructions, stuff like that. Either way, they nailed all of that, and this, again, was a lie. Now, first minifigure we have up here is Poe Dameron. This one was, at first, exclusive to this. I believe it is available in other sets now. He does come with a silver blaster, an exclusive torso print with the white shirt, as well as the belt around his waist. He comes with dual face, so this is not a new face. This has been around a while, and he also does come with back printing, as well as that side satchel and a nice hairpiece. Very simple figure, very cool. Now here's a very underused and over-marketed character, Zori Bliss. She was actually really interesting looking. We just didn't learn that much about her. Anyway, she is very cool. This is not an exclusive figure anymore. She did come in a microfighter, which is a very cheap set. And you could also, look at all this beautiful torso printing. You get a black head, because we never actually saw her face the whole movie. And then you also do get this fantastic head mold. Quite frankly, it looks really awesome. I really like it. The blaster pistols are pretty cool. I don't know why they need to do all these special ones. She kind of looks like a Mandalorian, and I feel like you could use this helmet in lots of, special customization things. But either way, let's move into the next figure. Now here is the First Order Snowtrooper, but unlike other ones, this one, instead of coming with a waist cape, this one came with a cape around his back. Now, obviously, very cool figure, one of the last uses of the angry clone head. Very sad, by the way. He does come with some back torso printing. The torso itself and the helmet are nothing new. They came out for Force Awakens sets, but it is nice to see them return in this movie and get this nice little white cape. That's a useful piece. Now, here's the biggest missed opportunity, and it is Dio. Now, instead of him, they could have put Babu Frickin. This would have been the set to put Babu Frickin. It is so pathetic that they didn't do that, and I'm very upset about it. I want Lego Babu Frick. Either way, here is a look. He comes very nicely printed. It's a nice minifigure. I will say the marketing campaign for Dio was absolutely atrocious. It was one of the biggest fails ever. And you notice he does come with a little bar holding his head up on this side, but not on this side, because, that's how it looks in the movie, which is a pretty nice attention to detail. Again, an exclusive special design. He does come with a stud on the back, so if you want him to, I don't know, wear a hat or something, you can do that. But I guess it signifies it's Lego, which is pretty cool. Now here is a droid simply labeled Astromech Droid. It's pretty cool to get one in this teal blue color. I don't think we've seen anything like that before, to be 100% honest. But it is still a very neat particular, character, and I'm certainly glad we got its interpretation in Lego. Now with that said, let's take a full look at the Starfighter. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Y-Wing Starfighter Red Edition. I just fired a flick fire missile. This quite honestly is not a super unique set. We have gotten loads of Y-Wing Starfighters in the past, but I think it's a great addition. First off, we haven't gotten a red one, and beyond that, I think it's just a very nicely detailed, and they've improved upon a lot of designs, and I think disimproved on some designs, but we'll discuss that in a second. Let's start by working our way from the front to the back. Now, starting at the front, you do have the two main blaster cannons on the Y-Wing Starfighter, and then followed by that in the back, there is a little bit of the glass shield. Now, also, there is all this red stickering. It is stickers, it is not print, unfortunately. And then if you want to get access, this is a specially printed piece. This is not a sticker, and you actually have access to the cockpit. As you can see in the cockpit, there is a little control panel, and you could simply sit Zori Bliss down where there is no room for Babu Frick, and you could close it, and it fits just fine. Now, I believe these weapons right here are the ion cannons. They have a full 360-degree thing. They could turn any which way you want them to, but it is cool. You do get, pretty much aim wherever you would like. And in the midst of all this greebling, there's actually room for a little astromech droid, again, nameless astromech droid, for us to put right here, and it actually fits really quite well. Now, we will move to the side engines in a second. First off, I do want to appreciate the beautiful detailing on the top here. Just a second, the greebling they did was fantastic, really detailed, really well done. And, this is a ship that has been in circulation by the time of this movie for entire reign of Star Wars. They were there literally from the prequels to Episode 9. So this is like a 70-year-old ship. That's like if we were flying like Vietnam fighters in modern warfare today, which is kind of crazy to think about. Now, one of my favorite features, as always with these bombers, there is room to put the missiles. You just spin it around and you just kind of try to find room. And then eventually you could fit all three, and of course some drop out. Going for a bombing run. That's what they said in Japan, right? And finally, you guys know how spring-loaded shooters work. These go off very easily, too easily sometimes. You just press them, they fire off quite simply, and they are really good and have a really good range. Okay, and finally here we have the engine. There are lots of red stickers used on these, but overall, they're pretty neat builds. You can look back here, and you do get a great look at the thrusts, and I think they really nailed those down. It just looks really, really nice in my opinion. And I think they did a good job, all things considered, with this new, very stripped down design. Also, there is, of course, the landing gear. To put these up, you simply just put them backwards, and it can sit down just fine without it. But, I'd recommend displaying it with it, to be 100% honest. But, that helps with playability. You could fly it around much smoother, and by the way, it is very fun to play with. I love playing with these things. In fact, when I was younger and I would try to have them, blow up, I loved in the movies when, the engines would go haywire, so I'd loosely connect them, and it would be woo! And, I just love that. It's so much fun. And by the way, you do not need to use sequel figures for this set. I've seen a lot of people make this into a shock trooper Y-Wing Starfighter. So you could load up your shock troopers in here, like so, and you could basically make it their own Starfighter, which I think is really cool in my opinion. And, you could load up an R4 droid in here. It's the same type of thing, and I think that works really well too, and honestly, I quite prefer that. And I strongly recommend you guys get this set for that reason, because it's a great set. You just need to alternate out the minifigures a little bit, which isn't that hard, by the way. This is a custom decaled Fox. It's not an official one, so sorry if you can't find that officially from LEGO. Either way, here are all of the sets, and plus the Clone Boys. But yeah, here it is all. Now let's get into my final thoughts. So is this set worth the $70 price? Kind of. If you do want to get this one right now, it's still for sale on Amazon, so I'll leave an affiliate link down below. They're running out. Chances are this is your last chance to get them. The best time to buy them, as I always say, is right now with retired sets, because they're always going up in value. This was a lackluster set. I waited a long time to get this. The characters in it were all kind of boring to me. I didn't really enjoy the movie that much, so that certainly hurt, but I think a huge incentive is if you happen to have shock troopers or red clone troopers, this is a super fun set to use them in, and just a fun Republic vehicle in general, even if you don't use it for its intended purpose. So I guess you could use your imagination a little bit with that, and I think that's an easy way to justify it. So I give this set about a 6 out of 10. It's pretty average. It's not insane. It's just all right, and that is the review of this set. Those are all the thoughts I have. It is a very uncontroversial, boring pick in my opinion, and missing Babu Frick was the by far worst thing that affected this. If it came with Babu Frick, I would be all over this thing. And if any of the figures stayed exclusive, I'd probably be all over it too, but most of them aren't really that exclusive, so yeah. Either way, guys, that is my full review. Again, remember to hit that like button. It would mean the world. I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.